everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Along with Steve Smith, and as things get ready to roll.
Well, guys, for all of this.
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You take a look at the Pistons. They're trying to get in the playoffs here. If they stay the course, they will.
And I think for the Pistons, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Yet here they are, and at this point, you've got to think they're set up to make a serious run in the postseason.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Dallas, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Jalen Brunson out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
You know what, Smitty, tonight we have 2 teams that love to push the tempo, love the pace. Smitty, do you like the fact the NBA is getting faster?
You know, I like it, Kevin. What I don't like is the coming down and taking a shot, an ill-advised shot. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, getting the ball up the court. If you don't have an advantage or a high percentage shot, just bring it out and run your offense.
Stay within the offense, in other words.
Yep,
right?
Stay within the offense.
Here's Jackson. Porzingis with the block. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's Kennard. Guarded by Hardaway. Passes it to Snell. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 4-point game. And it's good, 2 points.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Here's Kennard. Guarded by Hardaway. Shot from 12. They get it back. And Drummond is right there.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic. This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
He gets it in there. And it's 6 points for Luka Doncic.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field. Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And the level of concentration that Doncic has, even under pressure, this guy is cool as a cucumber.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Doncic. Lee's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Here's Finney Smith, and he jams it with authority.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Now, here's Doumbouya. Guarded close. Detroit, no good that time either. Dallas leading by 8. 1:12 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Porzingis. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Pistons have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Again, the miss by the Pistons. For Dallas, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Farrell gets the bucket.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Dallas moving it around. From 10 feet out. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Pistons take it the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Griffin goes back up, and he lays it up and in. Griffin's got 6.
That's 3 out of 4 now, and you can see his confidence already building.
The pass to Lee. Here's Porzingis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Here's Farrell. Shoots over Barea. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their... Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. We've got Dwayne Dedmon round out there with Farrell. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. And Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Brown.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within. The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in, and a switch here also for Detroit. Snell's checked in. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that, or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There's some plays, I played with some players after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game, but when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There's some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you did. You loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Jackson, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. On the inbound. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Jackson against Barea. That one falls. Jackson's got 5 now.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Doncic. Here's Marjanovic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Barea against Jackson. Here's Dedmon, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Staying aggressive on the offensive boards. Dedmon's a tough guy to box out there.
Here's Doncic. Count it, good. Doncic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They embrace the challenge as well. They hit big shot after big shot to keep the other team at bay.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Doncic. Lee's checked in for Ryan Brokaw. And it's DeLon Wright in for J.J. Barea.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Here's Jackson. And that one hits back iron.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Down low, Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Detroit, no good that time either.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Detroit. The Mavericks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And he makes the first. For the Pistons, Doomboy is checked in for Tony Snell. Brown comes in for Luke Kennard. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Jackson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 59 seconds left here in the second. Pistons trail by 17. Pass to Drummond. To end the run. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Yep, that one goes in there. Wright's got his first 2 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Right side, Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin's got 8 points.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
And that one drops for him. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Farrell for 3. A second chance effort, and Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great effort by Blake Griffin. Coaches can draw up whatever they want. Sometimes it just boils down to effort.
And it's good for 2.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie John. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly. Constantly attacking.
And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
To the paint. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
He's been this way all evening. You can see it in Griffin's eyes. He has scoring on his mind.
Stolen by Jackson. Unable to get that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
Here's Griffin. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And a switcher also for Detroit. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Drummond. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offense with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. High arcing shot. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Bruce Brown comes in for Tony Snell, and Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Luke Kennard.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Count it. Porzingis has got 12 points in the game. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Jackson.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Dedmon. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game, and the Mavericks call time here. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you'd like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. And it's Lee in for J.J. Barea. And that one drops. And so Curry will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Lee passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Curry. Lee outside. Here's Kleber. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Passes to Ferrell. Got a hand on it. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. The Pistons shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Dallas leading by 19 points. Curry passes to Brokaw. He can't get that one to fall.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And it's Brown missing. The Mavericks have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
For Dallas, they have been excellent at the free throw line. Here today, a flawless 6 for 6. There's 18 seconds left in the third. Here's Ferrell, guarded by Kerr. The pass to Griffin. Back to Ferrell. With 1 on the clock, got a piece of it. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Ferrell is out there with Kennard. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. And Drummond is right there.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Pass to Kleba. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And every so often, Steve, we'll see two teammates fighting over a rebound. Do you ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying get out of here, especially for a lot of those bigs. It was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
Farrell passes to Snell. Now here's Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Farrell. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Love what Drummond did on that play. Kept his eyes up, and he was being unselfish.
And the Mavericks call time here. And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleba. Porzingis comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for DeLon Wright.
In Europe, Doncic spent a lot of time as a primary ball handler. You see the craftiness there in terms of drawing fouls. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Pistons.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Dishes to Drummond. They get a hand on it. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Hardaway. The shot's good.
I love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Jackson misses.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Here's Doncic. No good on that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And so Griffin will bring it up for Detroit to the middle. The shot's good from Kennard.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Doncic, no good.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Kennard's shot is off.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. All alone. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And it's 9 points for Reggie Jackson. Here's Doncic. It's Drummond with the rebound. Pistons trail by 20. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Snell, that's good.
An Energizer bunny in the paint. Tony Snell not afraid to go up with the Giants.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First one falls for him. Detroit making a switch. Dedmon's checked in. All free throws good from Doncic. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button. So, yeah, they got to be careful. You're right. Good on the shot. 1:33 left to play in the final quarter. Outside Jackson. To the inside, Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Doncic. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
The feed to Griffin. Stolen by Brunson. And Porzingis, here we go. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd